Hey miners, Rusty coming at you, and today we're going to take a peek at a Stockman knife from Ole Smoky brand. Ole Smoky is a company that was started by James Parker and Kevin Pipes. And Kevin Pipes and James Parker also were instrumental in starting Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Now, the Ole Smoky Knives, what you'll find in that lineup when you find one, were made in the USA. This one, I swear, is a Parker knife. And if you find a Parker Stockman, you'll see that in this blade, where the blade grind comes up to. And it just seems to be that. But I think they might have done some out of Boker, and they've even done some out of Pakistan. So you get a real variety of, shall we say, maybe quality, if you will. This is the only Stockman I can think of that does have a half stop. Good springs, great finish, and I'm trying to decide. It was advertised to me by the seller as genuine Stag, and I do believe it is, but I love just the way that this is cut. It feels so good in your hands. So come around to the other side. The nail nick here is a little bit buried, and also a half stop. And we'll take a look at the blade grinds, which are interesting. You can kind of see a belt grind. Makes me think there was handwork done on this, because if you look at this tip, how that spade blade, it actually comes back. So we have sheep's foots, we have ram's foots. I'm not really sure, but this one isn't going to run the risk of cutting anything in front of it. It's going to come straight down. If you have a normal, we'll get out my comparison knife here. Oh, maybe you guys can see that. Today, comparison knife is an old case Tractor Supply and what we call burnt oatmeal. So we'll use that for our comparison. But take a look at the very end, how the tip, it looks like it's blunted. So you could actually, like if I went like this and ran my hand down, it would cut me. And if I went like this, less chance of that. So with the case versus this Ole Smoky. Now the case, I think I'm paying $55 to $70. And then I went and burned this one. I reapplied. It had some burn that had worn off. But we have very good fit and finish there. And we have very good fit and finish here. I can feel, actually what I'm feeling is that liner being high. So not even the blade that's open. The blade that's open is a touch high coming from the outside liner over, but it's not bad. And then we got a half stop. We're going to let this down nicely. And then we have our spade blade, which 2 out of the 3 blades have a half stop and the spade blade does not. There we are taking a look at the spade blade. So anyway, Ole Smoky Knives were started to be made in the 1970s, and Kevin Pipes and James Parker would run around and sell them at flea markets where they built relationships. I see James Parker more as a businessman, more as, you know, making collaborations. He's quite a storied person. He's kind of one of my heroes. He started the Parker Knives. He's collaborated with Parker Frost, Parker Edwards, Parker Cutco, Parker Imai, Parker Brothers. Ole Smoky Knives. What else have we got? Oh, I think I must have missed one more in there. And then, after all that, he went on and he bought Case. I'm not sure what year he bought Case Company. So I know it would have been, he was there in the early 90s because he's responsible for the Case Classic knives. So, taking a peek at these two that way, let's go ahead and take a look how they show up. There's no shield on this one, and we're going to talk about the build quality here. But those springs, guys, this is really, I paid I want to say $34 for this knife, and maybe $35, but just exceptional. The one thing, I guess, take a look at the pin. And if you guys know, I mean, that's not a hammered pin. I would call that a spun pin. And I can't really explain other than they squeeze it with things that spin, and as they press it down and it kind of moves it in there. And the idea is they spin it and it's going to be smooth, which this one kind of is. I can still feel it, but this one is not. And it's like you need to come in there and somehow, I don't know if you just took a little tool and pried that away or what you could do exactly. But just the same, the knife is put together exceptional, and it feels really good in the hand. And I believe this is just a well-kept knife. I think this is probably the factory edge. And we'll take a peek at that blade again. You can see what I'm talking. So if you find Parker Stockmans, you're going to see the same thing. So this was USA made, and Parker Stockmans are nice as well. I just got done looking before I came out here. $65 for one of these. If it's a Parker, you can find one. Parker Stockman, made in the USA with rosewood handles. So you get the same knife here out of Ole Smoky, and you get Stag for $35. So what's in a name, right? I mean, it's built exceptional, little sluggish. This is the most sluggish here. This spring is excellent. It's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's just right. And then the final spring, which is the same spring as the, right, it operates the sheep's foot and the spade blade with no half stop. So take a peek. Doesn't look like the spade blade's rubbing on the sheep's foot. I think we have, yeah, I don't see, looks good, guys, looks good. So anyways, I think that's all we needed to cover on this. Go ahead and kind of finish them off. Thanks for joining the miner.